Well, hello. You join me today to celebrate the life and the death of the de minimis exemption by my tasting out and reviewing a whole bunch of random cool stuff, whiskeys and near whiskeys and brandies and rums that you used to be able to get from Europe and which you can't anymore because all the commercial shippers have shut down. So yeah, let's get into this. I'm going to do this in 2 flights. So let me put. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do the. What am I going to call this first? The diabolical stoppers. Let's call it the first group, which are generally lower proof, although this is exception. And then we're going to do the other stuff. So. Yeah, de minimis exemption. This was basically a rule that said if you were bringing in $800 or less of stuff from outside the country, you were having it ordered in, you were bringing it in, then you were exempt from duties and taxes and customs and all that stuff. And this led to a whole bunch of people buying, well, it's kind of in the way, perfectly legally buying spirits in Europe and then having them shipped to themselves in the U.S. It also led to people, buying clothes and stuff from Temu and AliExpress and all those sorts of things. But it has now been killed off officially. And I'm in many minds about that. I want to talk about it a little bit. So first off, I want to apologize to the viewers because last year I warned everyone that the tariffs were coming. And I was right about that, by the way. So I know a lot of you were, not a lot, there were a few voices saying, no, it's just a negotiating tactic. No, tariffs are here. Sorry. What I did not anticipate was an end to this de minimis exception, that everyone would start having to pay, customs and duties and such on everything they brought in, including like Temu crap. I thought it was a possibility. I didn't see it happening, but here we are. And I also didn't see that the process would be so horribly mangled by there just being no process, like there being no procedure, like who pays Uncle Sam this stuff? What are the consumers supposed to be doing, rather than leaving shippers with the bag, so to speak? I did not foresee that becoming such a mess that shippers would just like piece out of the U.S. altogether. Like a failure of that magnitude, I feel like even like 20 years ago would have brought on congressional investigations, like wall-to-wall press coverage. Oh my God, the EU is no longer shipping to us. What the hell is going on? Now everyone's just like, I guess that's another thing we just have to do without now. More about de minimis later. Let's get started on tasting some stuff. I'm going to set up some glassware. Here we go. All right, so what do we got? I have got a Fond de Bourgogne. Let's move this over a little bit. So a great must brandy, not from Cognac or Armagnac, but from Burgundy. And I've got a plum brandy, a Vieille Prune. I've got a cane juice rum from Grenada, Renegade. And I've got essentially a white dog, unaged malt spirit, new make spirit from Bladnoch. Let's get these poured. Now, all of these have diabolical corks. This is a Fond de Bourgogne from Pierre Naigeon in Gevrey-Chambertin, so Pinot Noir based, I believe. And you may look at this and think, oh, okay, I'll just pull the cork out. You try that, and your bottle will end up shattered on the floor because this is a glass cork. And I hate it. And they covered it in wax for some reason. So let's get that poured. And moving on. This is from Nusbaumer. I just did a line of Nusbaumers, but this one I actually bought a bottle of. This is their Vieille Prune, so old plum, barrel-aged plum brandy. And you will notice this has god-awful wax on it. Thanks, France. Glug, glug, glug. The wax is getting everywhere, Jesus. Crumbly wax is the worst. It is the worst. Oh, here's another glass top from Renegade. Glug, glug, glug. And what is this? Is it a cork? Is it a glass top? No, this from Bladnoch is a sprue top. So, let us get this poured and we shall begin. And flight 2 will commence in probably like half an hour from now. All right, we are 6 minutes in. Let's get some notes on the table, starting with this little Fun Fleur 2007, bottled 2016. So roughly 8, 9 years old. 40% alcohol by volume, but it was not very expensive. And I got this from a European retailer. All right, Pierre Naigeon on the nose. Now, again, it's a font, it's not a mar, so you're not getting those intense, stemmy, tobacco-y notes that you get from mar. This is much closer to a cognac in character. Sort of dried peach, dried apricot, raisin, some fig, dried fig, white pepper, cinnamon. I mean, you hand this to me in a blind, and I'm on the nose. I'm thinking, no, we're in cognac. But it's slightly earthier as well, and a little bit more floral. But it's floral in a different way than you get with, like, the Borderies. Yeah, this is... we're leaning a little bit more towards, like, rosewater with this. A little bit of Turkish delight kind of character. Some cardamom. So, I mean, it's a soft nose. Like, this is not a deep, profound nose at all, but it's very lovely. And let's see what we got on the palate. I certainly like the palate more than I like this wax-covered glass topper. Interesting. So it arrives sweet, but there's no actual sugar on it. You can tell because the finish is dry. When you're looking for added sugar in a spirit, watch the finish. If the finish is syrupy, that's the idea. If the arrival feels sweet, that's fine. You're looking at the finish. For a 40%er, the mouth presence is holding together pretty well. Finish is a little bit clipped. But yeah, you're getting some lovely, like, roses and cinnamon kind of character. Again, I get a little bit of a vibe of, like, Turkish desserts. Even Turkish coffee. Cinnamon, touch of cardamom. But then you get your peach, your apricot, dried, prune, fig, even a little touch of prune in there. I'm sorry, I already said prune, right? Fresh plum. More flowers happening, especially on the back of the palate. This has, again, for 40%er, this has got some length to it. It's just starting to hit my tonsils here. The finish is kind of stuff fades a little bit quickly for my preference, with the exception of the flowers. The flowers kind of stick around. I mean, for me, I'm going to add some, a drop or two of water to this just to see how it reacts. But initial reaction is like this is a classic kind of mid-80s sort of spirit for me. This is something you might reach for when you want something that's going to stimulate your brain a little bit, but isn't going to be too challenging. This is something that you could use to open up a line of other spirits. You could open a flight with this, no problem. This is quite lovely, actually. Let us move on to the Nusbaumer Vieille Prune. I'm looking for more information on this. There's none to be found. If I find any, I will put it down below. But yeah, distilled plum that's been aged in French oak. 42% on this? Yes, 42%. So not nearly as strong as the ones I was trying a few weeks ago. But the nose is lovely. It's very fresh. I don't know how via this is. I don't know how long it's spent in oak. But the distillate is coming right through. Plum, plum, plum. There's also quite a lot of flowers on this, like an intense potpourri kind of thing. Black pepper. More plum. A metallic thing, which is kind of fun. There's a... what is that? Imagine like a rusty car with flowers growing all over it, plus plum. That's really kind of what this smells like. Maybe some earthiness to this too. There's some like potting peat happening. Not Isla peat, like you're planting plants on the back porch. Little whiffs of like cinnamon, allspice maybe. I'm looking for more of the oak, but it's quite subtle. Dried plum, prune. Yeah, sure. Maybe a little fig. And like a kind of a... You remember Gushers? There's a little bit of a Gushers thing on this too. Like a mixed Gushers candies on the palate. Mm-hmm. This one may have a little bit of sugar added. There's a little bit of syrupiness on the back end of this. That said, I don't hate it. It is sugar is throwing this off a little bit. If that is sugar. Whatever it is, it feels a little bit thrown off. Arrives, again, there's more oak on the palate here. Fresh plum, I should say, plus some dried plum, prune. Gushers, again. That, what is that? But then you got your fig, your black pepper, that kind of potting peat thing, topsoil. Less flowers on the palate. Still has that little like rusty car thing going on. Way on the back end. Not in the back of my palate, but like on the finish, deep into the finish, there's a little pop of like a couple of flowers come through. But that's it. It's okay. I mean, would be a delightful digestive to pop out for a bunch of old French guys while they discuss, I don't know, existentialism or something. But as a spirit, I like the Fawn more. All right, let us move on. Wait, let me add some water to this, and then we'll move on. So, like half a squirt. All right. Now this is interesting. Renegade Rum from Grenada. This is aged. It is the Cuvée Nursery. And I would love to tell you all about it, except here's the thing. Grenada, rather than putting all the information about the rums on the bottle, put it in a QR code. And because they are now closed, the QR code no longer works. It takes you to a website that does not exist. So I will try to hunt down exactly what this is. But this is a particular nursery farm. And I guess a blend of different cask types. I'm not really sure. But the thing is, I was able to get this cheap, and the last aged Renegade I had from the HV folks really, really impressed me. I really, really like this stuff. So I had to take a spin on this. I think this is a mix of pot and column-distilled stuff as well. Yeah, so I have complained about Renegade's leadership and its marketing as much as I have been excited about the project of, what they were actually doing, and how some of the results tasted. So I'm super duper excited to try this. Not a lot of information, I know, but I'll tell you if I see it. Much lighter than the HV. Okay, so there's some caney goodness, a little bit of rotting asparagus, gooey asparagus. Certainly some leafiness to this. Maybe I would guess there's some red wine casks involved in here, because there's certainly a kind of unripe strawberry thing, and a freshly picked green green tree leaves kind of thing. A little bit of basil, a little bit of so black pepper. Yeah. Come on. I'm struggling to pull notes out of this. Okay, there's olive, there's fennel, rummy stuff, a little bit of orange peel, maybe a touch of burning tire, a little bit, but not enough to really get me excited. It just kind of comes across as a little bit vague. Maybe it's the column-distilled aspect of this. You get more kind of unripe strawberry. Maybe it's because I just had the Vieille Prune, but I'm thinking it smells a little bit like plum as well. I don't know. This is a tough one. It doesn't smell like nothing, but it's hard to pull notes out. It just smells like a mass of slightly rotting red wine cask stuff. Not bad, but let's see. I want to see if I can access this. Maybe I'll use Wayback Machine or something. If I can access the site, I will tell you what the makeup of this is. But I would guess that at least half of this is column-distilled, because it just isn't bringing the same body as the other Renegade releases I've tasted. %. I mean, it's not low proof or anything. It isn't sticking to my mouth. The finish is relatively short. There's some herbaceousness. There's some sage, tree leaves, basil kind of character that sticks around. Fennel, olive. But a lot of the fruity character kind of leaves quickly. Let me put some notes on the table. Yeah, the finish on this also feels kind of clipped, but it's not because of the sugar. I feel like it's just because that's the distillate. I do like this better than the nose, honestly. Yeah. Unripe strawberries, all the herbal stuff I just mentioned, the leaves, cinnamon, a little clove, black pepper, black tea, like, I don't know what, like grungy raisins, something like that. Almost a PX character, but except not sweet. Orange peel, lemon peel. What is that? Something fruity, but hard to nail down. Almost like a cooked tamarind kind of character. Like a little hint of nectarine in there. I don't know, there's a fair number of flavors. There's some complexity. There's some intensity here. It's the presence that's letting me down. It really... Maybe this will improve with water. I want to say this improves with water, but right now it's not really coating my palate in the way I want it to. It's not really finishing the way I want it to. Mouth length is okay. It's not great. I don't know. I want to see. I want to see what this guy can do with a little bit of water. All right, let's move on. Here we go. I had this in a video about I think it was on the aging ditch a while back. I just never got around to reviewing it because I couldn't tell if I liked it or not. This is New Make Spirit from Bladnoch Distillery in the Scottish Lowlands. And it is bottled at 63.5% alcohol by volume. And again, screw cap. Let's see what we got. I mean, yeah, New Make. If you've smelled New Make, you recognize a lot of this. It's take some potatoes, like good old russet potatoes, and chop them up. Don't cook them. These are raw potatoes. Chop them up, and then just sprinkle a whole bunch of honey and maybe some apples, a couple of flowers on them, squirt a lemon. And that's a lot of what this smells like. Also a little bit of grapes, honestly, white grapes. Gooseberry. A couple of rocks. It smells a little bit like a Sauvignon Blanc, honestly. I don't know. Maybe I've just gotten to the point where I've had enough Baijios that this is not bothering me anymore. I've come around to it's okay. It's okay. I bought this because I was hoping to get the craziness of the Bladnoch Spirit. I was hoping to get cheese and wet dogs and stuff. It really isn't that. There's some pineapple in there. A little bit of lemon peel, mango even. It's complex. It's complex. It does have the potato thing you might describe as an off note. But if you get past that, yeah, there might be some. There's a fair bit to like here on the palate. I don't hate it. I honestly don't hate it. Again, I was hoping this would be more weird. This is a lot better than some of the New Makes that I've had over the years. The poutine thing was not that great. Similar to the nose. Chopped up potatoes. along with that kind of floral, herby thing that potato does. But then you got your grapes, your like a cotton candy aspect, apples, mango, flowers kind of beyond the potato thing. Orange, Mirabelle, lemon peel. The mouth presence is okay, actually. It's really coating my palate. It doesn't get a lot of length. Not really hitting my tonsils very much. Finish is a hair bit short. All the finishes on these are kind of short for different reasons. Certainly not something I would reach for every day, but it's fine. Like, I can drink a glass of this. Honestly, we're not that far away from like some of the unaged cognacs or some of the unaged Armagnacs that I've had over the years. Pisco's, it's a lot stronger than Pisco's, but we're sort of in that territory. I'm gonna go 6. We will go 6. All right, back through these one more time, and then we'll start on flight 2. Fond de Bourgogne. Not really much change in the nose. It really just presents. It's so cognac-y, in a good way. Yeah, but it's so much more like rose-driven than cognac tends to be. It's fun. It's pretty. I don't think there's that much to this. It's just delicious. And hasn't been much change since the addition of water. But, I'm not shocked. On the palate. And the Bladnoch has completely dulled my palate. Let me try this one more time. I'm very glad I split this up into flights, because if I were tasting this after a New Yarmouth, I would not be tasting it at all. It's a hair bit more peppery, this little Fond de Bourgogne, but otherwise not a whole lot of change. It's a it's kind of a cognac by way of the dessert section at like in the Istanbul market. That's kind of the vibe on this. But I do like this. 84 or 85. I'm going to be conservative. I'm going to conserve, and I'm going to give this an 85. I'm sorry, 84. 84 points. Because it doesn't, but don't take that as a bad score. Like, this is delicious. Like, you could pour this for, your uncle, and they would probably think it was delicious. They would think it was fine. So yeah, 84 points. Worth a try. Really nice little example of a Fond de Bourgogne. All right, moving on to the Vieille Prune. I'm really hoping that water has not accentuated the sugar on this. Oh, I do like the nose. The combination of plum and gushers is really fun. So what water has done is it really suppressed the metallic notes on this. This now smells a lot more clean, as long as you consider like gushers a clean note. It's very, very pretty. Again, like the fun, not a whole lot to this, but I like it anyways, on the palate. It didn't like that. It did not like the addition of water. It's really... So the finish is pretty much exactly the same. A little bit syrupy, some tea tannins, pepper, but it's really cut off the color of the front end on the arrival. And that really makes it seem a little bit more like a sugar bomb, although this isn't that sweet. We're well under like 10 grams of sugar on this. One more time. I don't know what to score this. -83. I will give this an 83-. And, you know, it's, again, there's a time and a place for this. If you are just had a big old dinner with a bunch of old French guys, this is a great option to break out. Just don't add water to it. It doesn't respond well. And boy, would this be better without sugar. There we go. Moving on to... I need some water after that. Sorry. This is a panic email. This is a panic message. No, everything's fine. Nothing on fire. Okay. Back to the Renegade. Cuvée Nursery. Interesting. There's like a struck match thing going on here. Is this... It's not actually like sulfury, but there's a little bit of a sulfury energy here. Struck match, leaves, herbs, burning tires on top of that. It's just so hard to like pinpoint down what this smells like. It's so... René Descartes liked to make a distinction between clearness and distinctness. Distinctness is your ability to sort of pick out elements. Clearness is the sort of magnitude of intensity, how powerful this is. This has a fair amount of clarity, not a lot of distinctness. It's just a big old mass of stuff. And water has really even, if anything, dumbed down the clarity in Descartes' sense on the palate. It's not bad. Like, if someone poured this for me, I would be perfectly fine with it. But this, you know, compared to other Renegade offerings I've had, this is not up there. On the palate, not a lot of change from where it was. It's still has some complexity, has some intensity. It's just leaving me a little bit disappointed in terms of the mouth presence. I want a longer finish for more of the elements. I want more mouth length. I want more texture. And I think it's down to the distillation of at least a portion of this. I think it's down to the column distillation. I think... these guys like spent a ton of money putting a column still in there, and I don't think it was a good fit for what they were trying to do. I really don't. Now watch, I'll look it up, and this will be like 10% column still. I don't know. It's worth an 85. I'll give it an 80. No. Is it too generous? That's too... it's better than the Fawn, right? It's better than the Fawn. 85. 85 points. 85 gosh darn points. It's good. I can't get excited about this. And that's a shame. on to the Bladnoch. Am I going to give this a good score? I might give this a good score. All right. Fruity potatoes, man. I mean, that's what this smells like. Yeah, the mangoes are hopping. They're hopping on potatoes, but they're hopping. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there's a huge portion of the viewership of this that will not like this nose. And I was right there with you. Like, as of maybe, when I bought this, maybe 2 years ago. But it's kind of charming me now. It really is. I come around a little bit. Change from where it was before? Not really. Maybe a little bit more peppery, a little more white pepper coming through. That's about it on the palate. How you grade this is going to depend on how you treat what you might consider the off notes, the potato thing, the root vegetable thing. If you're okay with that, then what you're getting here is really, it presents very sweet, fruity, the mango, the apple, the honey, the grapes are really singing on this. There's some nice flowers, citrus. But like, if that's not your thing, like you're just tasting, like, it feels like you're chewing on potatoes. I don't know, like raw potatoes. I don't know what to tell you. Top to score. I am going to call this an 84 question mark. Because, like, yeah. I mean, for me, now, with my palate as it is today, like, this is an 84. It's pretty dang good. It's a big boy. And there's aspects of this that are yummy. But if you are not willing to kind of go with the weird stuff on here, like, this is going to be in the high 70s for you. It just is. So 84 question mark. And there you go. Flight number 1. Clear winner is the Renegade, although I still don't find it that exciting. 85 points. Then you got a tie, kind of, between the Fawn and the Bladnoch. 84 and 84 question mark. And then boy, how do we do it? I wish this was bottled at higher strength. It did not have the sugar in it. The Nusbaumer Vieille Prune at a 3 minus. So yeah, let's set up round 2. So yeah, the death of the de minimis exemption. It's the fact that this is going away. You could easily say good riddance to it, because from the perspective, from a kind of isolated perspective, just as a policy consideration, the de minimis exemption is stupid, because like you're just letting people, go buy stuff from Temu or whatever, or European booze retailers, without paying customs and duties. And that means that is coming out of the hide of, American retailers, importers, distributors. So you could say, well, that's not fair. That's unfair competition. Let us remove the de minimis exemption. And to some extent, like, I get that. In a sane world, I would be all on board with removing the exemption. But the thing is, the fact that people have been, going on Temu or whatever to buy a dress, and pay way less for it than they would be paying going to Walmart or Amazon for that same damn Chinese-made dress. Makes you question, like, what? Why is it so much more expensive at Walmart and Amazon? Like, what? I mean, I know, like, you're paying good American businesses or whatever, but what actually are they adding to the process? And I'm going to say, like, hashtag not all, retailers and distributors and importers. But a lot of this, if you can read some articles on this, are like, it's just greedflation. Adam Smith made the point a mazillion years ago that monopoly price or quasi-monopoly price is always going to be the highest that can be extracted from the buyer. We have seen a great deal of concentration in consumer sectors. I mean, everywhere, but also consumer sectors. And as a result of that, these people are really trying to pad their margins. And so, yeah, you're paying way higher prices at Amazon or whatever or Total Wine, I guess, than you would at retailers from overseas, which means you have to question what value are the retailers and the importers and the distributors actually adding to the process. Like, what are they doing? Aside from just taking a big old chunk of your money, a big old chunk of the price for this stuff, and saying thank you and continue on with it. More than that, you have to ask, like, if this is really a free market. I mean, this isn't a free market, but let's pretend it's a free market. If this is a free market, why has the buying option, buying from Temu or whatever, that is cheaper and more convenient and better in lots of ways, why has that been crippled while the more expensive, clunkier option of, rolling up to Walmart to buy the same damn thing, why has that been protected now by federal policy? I don't think importing stuff under de minimis was healthy, but it provided, to some extent, some small relief to Americans being squeezed by gigantic companies seeking more and more higher and higher, more and more aggressive margins. And now that is over. Well, I mean, they can still pay duties and stuff, but the days when that was a problem is now over, and I don't know if they will actually succeed in sorting out a process for B Post and the European shippers. I mean, do you really trust these people to figure that kind of thing out? To figure out a nice, orderly process for how to pay Uncle Sam? I leave that question to you. Let us start with flight number 2. Anyways, a little salute to De Minimis. You were ambiguous, and I'm not sure you were really the best thing, but you seem to have provided at least some variety to the world of spirits. Like, you cannot buy Bladnoch new make here in the U.S. You just can't. Like, it's not happening. And if you're stuck in the 3-tier distribution system and the fact that all the 50 states are kind of independent systems just makes everything worse. Well, now, for the moment, with no shipping from Europe, we are now stuck with that. Excellent. Let's taste some other spirits. Round 2. This is a little bit more serious. I have got a Glen Scotia. I have got an old Agricole rum, and I've got an old New Yarmouth, and I'm super excited about this. All right, let us start with the Glen Scotia. This is from the Campbeltown Malts Festival. Jesus. I'm not even halfway through this. Campbeltown Malts Festival 2024. This is a Fino Sherry Cask finished Glen Scotia, 9 years old, 56.2%. Another thing you wouldn't be able to buy in the U.S. because who the heck is going to bring this in? Fino Sherry Cask is... Fino Sherry is the category of sherry that is closest to normal white wine. So I am very interested in this. I love Fino Sherries. I love the weird nuttiness things. One of my all-time favorite wines with sushi. Oh. Let me have some water. Oh. God. So Glen Scotia, when it's good, is really good, and this smells like a good Glen Scotia. So you're getting a combination of apple and pear compote, but there's a grunginess to this that is really fun. There's like a nuttiness, what is it? It's just take some mixed nuts. Throw them in some water overnight. Just kind of let them marinate and rot a little bit. And that's kind of what this smells like. There's also some tobacco. Not like highfalutin tobacco. This is just straight up like you took a camel and you cut it open. You smelled it. That tobacco. There's some maritime hits in this. There's certainly some sea salt, some seashells, lemon peel, vanilla. Oh, a touch of I want to say like austere honey. I know that sounds silly, imagine like a blossom honey, like an orange blossom honey, if it was angry at you. That's kind of what this smells like. Black pepper, almost a mustard seed component, which I associate more with Tobermory, but here it is on this. Some kind of bakery note. Like fresh, or like fermenting, bread dough. Yeah, like fermenting pastry dough, like sweet dough, and a little bit of a beery note too, like an amber ale, minus the hops. I'm into this. I like this nose. On the palate. Oh ho ho. This is a good one. This is very, very, very good. First of all, if you are a Scotch producer and you are not using Fino casks, what are you doing? What is wrong with you? This combination of like grungy fermenting nuts and like Dijon mustard is so good, especially combined with this distillate. Wow. Yeah, sherry cask notes. Fino sherry cask notes. The weird nutty thing, the mustard thing, sea salt, seashells. But then you got the beery notes, the fermenting bread notes, apple, pear. There's a rawness to this that I really love. But vanilla too. Black pepper, cheap tobacco, like just cigarette burley, ugly stuff. More black pepper. A little nutmeg too. Oh. This is fabulous. I mean, this is... Oh my heart. Glen Scotia, I know it already gets a fair bit of notice because, it's not that far from Springbank, and anything anything Springbank related probably gets a fair bit of notice, but wow, they can be really good when they try. They need to be using more Fino casks, I will tell you that. I'll give this a squirt of water, and we'll come back to it. All right, this is 56, right? Yeah. 56, 2, 3, 4, I might take 5. Oh, God. I mean, the form is killer. It's so fruity, but it's so savory and grungy at the same time. And just the way it takes over your mouth. This is tremendous. I love this. I'm going to get a half a squirt more and move on. Because I will just keep drinking this. This is my kind of malt. This is my kind of spirit. Who am I kidding? Saint-James. Brut de Foot. 2003. So this is a agricole-based rum from Martinique. I think I reviewed St. James before. I think it was their weird pot still expression. So this was distilled November 2003 and bottled in 2018. So almost 15 years old. 2,100 bottles of this. It's still floating around out there. 56.4% alcohol, and this is not expensive. The color is terrifying, and as you might have guessed, I swear they say it's French oak. Yeah, Virgin France. Yeah, it's French oak. 300-liter French oak barrels. Now I remember why it took me so long to review this, because it's so oaky. It's French oak. It's black pepper, it's figs, it's prunes. It's all those things. A little bit of raisin, chopped up old furniture aged in a that's been kind of dumped in a musty basement. Cinnamon, cardamom, a little ginger. It's just so woody. It's so woody. I go looking for rum notes, agricole notes in this, and they just aren't there. If this could be anything, this could be an Armagnac. It could be anything. Maybe that's a plus for some people because this is a lot cheaper than similarly woody Armagnacs. But man, there's a lot of wood on this. On the palate. Good Lord, that's a lot of wood. So, fans of really aggressively woody Armagnacs, L'Encantada gang, come right on in. Daniel Beaulieu gang, come right on in. This is your kind of thing. Wood. But there's a fennel and no, not fennel. A black licorice, salted black licorice element to this, which is kind of here to remind you, hey, I am not an Armagnac, I am a rum at the end of the day. There's even like a little bit of a black olive thing. This is fun. It's a lot of wood, but there's some charm to this. I don't know, like it's such a brute. This is so brutal and woody, but at the same time, like you're seeing the distillate kind of fighting back a little bit, kind of trying to find the light, and it's not winning. But the struggle is really fun to kind of witness. Oh, black pepper, prune, fig, more black pepper, clove, cinnamon, cardamom, lightly floral, Turkish delight. The licorice notes, a little bit of sea salt. Have like little hint of olive just thrown in there for fun. Orange peel. Clove. A couple, just like some rocks. Like some sandstone or something. Completely takes over your mouth. A lot of the way it takes over your mouth is tannins. Like aggressively overstewed, like English breakfast tea. Like you left this stuff on the burner with the tea leaves in there for like 2 hours. Like this is really, it's so tannic. Ooh. But that's not the only thing that's happening here. The flowers and the well, certainly the dried fruit, but also the citrus and the rocks, they're all kind of playing around in there. They're having a little bit of fun. And they stick around for a fair long time. This is another one I'm not going to reach for all that often, but the quality is it's, you know, this is okay. Let us see what happens with water, though. Water tells you the truth. Water is the truth. 3, 4. It'll probably take 5. I'll go 4.5 and stop. It is so woody. Good Lord. All right. Last bottle of the second flight. Thompson Brothers. New Yarmouth. 1994, 27 years old. So the story behind this is I have a friend, a compatriot in getting stuff shipped from Europe, who was basically clearing out his bottle archive because he has a smaller space to work with. And I bought a couple of leftovers from him at a prorated price. And this was one of them. This was the one I was most excited about. So, 30-year-old New Yarmouth. New Yarmouth in general, it does not get enough notice in Jamaican rum in general. I think it's a fabulous distillery. I think it's better than Appleton. But certainly does not get marketed very much. And you will not see it on American store shelves because it's not the kind of thing that importers are going to bring in, which is annoying. Anyways, 1994 New Yarmouth. That is a terrifying color. Let's see what we got. Oh my God. No idea what kind of mark this is. It could be low ester. It could be high ester. I don't know. It smells gorgeous, though. Oh, my goodness. So, this, we're in that kind of, honestly, we're in that kind of like four-squarey kind of territory with this. Intense flake tobacco, like full Virginia flake, all your favorite flake tobaccos like are in this glass. There's some Perique in here, Virginias, all the tobacco, but then all that is laid on top of like a full-blown southern dessert card. Pineapple upside down cake, pecan pie, cherry pie. Like there's some cookies, some vanilla wafers. Lots of black pepper, tons of black pepper, overstewed sweet tea. There's some peach pie in this too. Lane cake, oh yeah. Some nuttiness, yes, absolutely, definitely. I was I would be angry if this was not the best thing in this lineup. And on the nose, at least, it's got to be the best thing in this lineup. And I really like the Glen Scotia. Oh my God, it just smells. This is, if you like that four-square style, and you may not. You may have other styles of rum you prefer more. But if you're into that, like this feels like we're towards the peak here. It's so tobacco-y and so desserty and so tea-driven. And there's like a s'mores note. Good Lord. It's decadent, but it's also really rummy. There's like some black licorice in this too. Fennel, sea salt. I love this nose. This is a gorgeous nose. On the palate. It's annoying because I know, these bottles are probably in the high 200s, low 300s range, price-wise. A full bottle of this. I did not pay that much. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm trying to... what is going on? Everything I named on the nose is happening. That enormous tobacco punch, but combined with an entire southern dessert card, all the desserts I just named, slamming me in, straight in the face at the same time. So incredibly complex and powerful, but really like decadent and just like I just went off my diet and I'm gonna shovel 6,000 calories of crap into my face, kind of like full blown like entire pint of Ben and Jerry's kind of decadent. That's this, but like also really complex and powerful. And it's a rum. Like you never mistake this for anything but a rum. It's got the fennel note. It's got even a little bit of black olive on the palate. This is awesome. Tons of vanilla. Campfire ash. Like burned cherries. All the desserts. Come on, this is fabulous. This is fabulous stuff. And we are don't get this wrong. This is not a high ester Hamden or anything like that. We're totally in a different league. This is a fairly low ester rum with a lot of wood influence on it. We are in the Foursquare St. Lucia distillers kind of territory with this. But God, this is such a good version of that style for The best rum I've had in a long time. This is fabulous. I love this. All right, let's stop there. Go back through these. Actually, all of these, I'm darn curious to see what water does. All right, back to the Glen Scotia. On the nose. Oh, if anything, that kind of mustard seed note just gets better. Oh. A little bit more peppery. Brings a little bit more like funky apple now. And a little bit more mustard seed. Otherwise, we're kind of in the same territory. Yeah, especially this was not expensive. I mean, these two in general were not expensive for what they are. But let's see what we got on the palate. Yeah, there's a fermentary character to this, which is really not that far away from the Bladnoch. There is a little bit of raw potato creeping in, but I like it. I mean, delicious. Definitely raw, definitely not for everyone. Like, if you hear the notes about fermenting nuts and mustard and potatoes and dough and beer, and you go, ugh, this is probably not for you. But if you hear that and you go, go find this. I mean, you can't now because the day Minimis is over and Europe has stopped shipping to us. But maybe if things get better, see if you can find this. One more time. It's not an 89, but it is an 88. Can I do 88 plus? How generous am I feeling? 88 plus. 88 plus points for this 9-year-old Fino Sherry finished Glen Scotia. I think this is tremendous, and you should seek it out. I mean, if you can. St. James. Brut de Fou, 2003. If this has gotten more woody and more tannic after the addition of water, that's going to be a problem. Let's see. It's so peppery. I mean, it's a lot, but you will notice it's putting a big old smile on my face. It's making me laugh. Because it's just so obnoxious. There is so much wood on this. It's just a big old parade of French oak interrupted by a little bit of hippie toothpaste to remind you that it's a rum. If anything, the pepper is kicked up a little bit with water. Let's see how it is on the palate. Still, incredibly woody. Unbelievably woody. But the spirit is fighting back. Add a little bit of water and the spirit starts to fight back. I'm getting more soapstone, sandstone, lemon peel, and hippie toothpaste, mint and fennel. They're all kind of crawling in now. But it's still so woody. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. I don't know if this is better with water or not. I don't know how to judge this in general. It's so... It's a big old cartoon of a spirit. It's a caricature. Is it out of balance? I mean, it's flirting with it. There's a lot of tannins on this. There's a lot of wood on this. But I think it pulls it off, mostly. I think it pulls it off. I am going to give this an 86 plus. 86 plus points for this St. James Brut de Foot 2003. It's a delight. It's delightful. It's not that expensive. And if you want a big old face full of splinters, this is good value for money. Again, assuming that at some point Europe starts shipping it to us again. Thompson Brothers, 1994, New Yarmouth. This is going to win the flight. It just is. This is going to win the video. Let's see what changed with water, though. There's like a cream soda root beer thing now. This is such... You nose this initially with water, and you think, oh, this is just like a big old sweetie. It's decadent. It's happy sugary stuff and dessert and tobacco and vanillas but then you dig deeper and there's just so much like little nuance and detail to this. Cinnamon, spices all over the place. Different kinds of fruits. Like the dessert card is still there, the tobaccos are still there. Like it's one where you could just kind of bask in the deliciousness of the nose, or you can just kind of dig in and start pulling out more and more details. This is great. This is a great spirit. On the palate. Completely delicious, Moorish, as Serge likes to say, but at the same time, incredibly complex, powerful. The finish just does not stop. There's some flowers in there. Jesus, this is good. We're in the 90s with this. It's always super hard to score something this good. I'll call this a 92 pointer. 92 friggin' points for this Thompson Brothers 1994 New Yarmouth. It's not going to be cheap, but if that's how you roll, this is fabulous. So 92 points, and that is the flight. St. James 2003, 86 points, 86 plus. I'm sorry. Obnoxious, but also completely charming. I find myself falling in love with this despite myself. Glen Scotia for the Campbeltown Malts Festival 2024. 9-year-old sherry finish. 88 plus. Not for everyone, but if it's for you, based on my notes, you know it. And 92 points for this New Yarmouth. Just you cannot argue with this. This is great. This is a great spirit. And yeah, that is the video. We're well over 115 at this point. I'm going to turn this off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your patience. And cheers. Thanks for supporting the channel by liking and subscribing and maybe Patreoning and stuff. Bye.